we're headed down to the site that yesterday was under about 2 to 5 feet of water. So we're going to go survey it right now and see what it's looking like. That way we can get the site back up and going again. Help people get help they need and help people get rebuilt. For communication, we've got our radios. Communication back to base camp is done through the Garmin inReach. That's our GPS we've got all our stuff, site information loaded into those. We also can message through the satellite messenger in it back to base camp and let them get a message back instead of having to drive all the way back, because we may or may not have cell service there. Typically we don't. We use the inReach satellite messenger to communicate out to the world back to base camp so we can get supplies or regroup or whatever. When we first get to a site, we evaluate for any possible dangerous obstacles, down power lines, high flood waters, trees.
We got chickens in the road. We got chickens in the road.
Chickens in the road, stuff like that. Making sure that we're, safe going into the site. Really want to check for any possible tree limbs or trees that might fall, any fallen trees, fallen power poles, power lines, stuff like that. Sometimes we can't get to a site because there's a lake where there was once not a lake. Looks like here though, we're going to be able to do something. We'll have to see as we get closer. Well, looks like now we got some water. It's not that bad though, we can probably work around that.
So right now we just got to the site. As you can see, it was flooded. The water has receded quite a bit, just enough so we can get into the site. Right now we're just assessing the damage. It's pretty bad. The generator can't crank up. We do have a generator mechanic from Parker Systems coming over. He's gonna look at it. They're gonna do their magic. They're gonna fix it like always. Right now the National Communications team is assessing the equipment so that we can fix it and move forward.
So we've checked the building out. Looks like we lost the bottom 2 chassis, so that's the 4 control channels for the site. Those are the channels that the radios listen to actually do the initial talking to the site before a call is initiated. The control channel assigns the channel for the call to the radios. Those 4 channels are they're shot, they're full of water. We do have some replacement chassis with those in. Right now, we double checked the battery plant. Everything's good there. No shorts in any of the battery cells. Double checked all the power and everything. We're about to bring the generator back online.
So what we've done here is we've come to the tower site and we went back there and checked the generator out. It failed first time. We reset everything, checked the battery voltage, checked the oil level, made sure there wasn't water in the fuel, and got the generator back running.
We cleared the building before they did that, so just for safety, and we'll go back in and go ahead and start powering everything back.
The generator wasn't running, it was down, so we went and checked fuel, low water in the fuel. It said a low oil pressure, but the oil was good. I think it was just the wind and all got so up. So we checked all that, got the reset button, cranked it up, it's running fine. Got power.
Oil pressure.
Yeah, so oil pressure's good, the water's good, everything seems to be up. Just one of those things that happens. But I think it's good. Now we'll go get stuff to clean all the water and keep the mold down.
We brought power back onto the building from the generator. We don't have utility power. We have 4 channels that have been compromised in the bottom of the racks because of flooding into the building. Microwaves have never gone down. It's always been up on the DC. The channels would have been on the DC, but they were flooded, those bottom 4. So the rest of the channels are good. We're going to be going through that.
Now we're actually installing new GTRs to program them to get this customer site back up online.
So we just replaced the bottom 4 GTR standalones.
We're having to re-terminate the network cables that are going to the radio shell. We're having to re-terminate them and test the cables. Cables that are here, looks like all of them are good except for one's got water in the cable, so we have to replace the whole cable. The other ones don't have any water in them, so they're good.
In the process of replacing the stations, we have to reprogram them so that they can work properly on the system. Right now I'm setting IP addresses on there. We discovered that one of the pieces of equipment that we had with us wasn't functioning properly, so we swapped it out with another one that we had in reserve because we always come with extra equipment in case something like this happens. Right now we're just finishing up the cabling so that we can get these configured, and then the local representative will remote into these and set up all the programming and make sure they have the right software version.
All right, so right now I'm actually switching the transmit lines. You got transmit 1 they transfer through. And what this tells us, it tells us the quality and the condition of the line. So the tower top, or the tower height is like 180, but if you account for all the lines, the bends, and jumpers, we go up to 75, so we can see where it starts. See where it is.
Right now the water has kind of gone down since when we first got here. Our guys are still hard at work getting the site back online. They're just changing out some cables and doing some final tests, and soon we should have a site that is back up and running.
One of the things that we do, fly a drone up and take photos of all the antennas, the dishes, and everything. Coax, where the coax comes out. I am a Part 107 certified commercial drone pilot. That information can then be relayed to the customer, who can document that there is not damage. We're seeing a very, very high amount of return loss. There's a puncture, or it's bent or kinked, or something along those lines. Updated management, and management's dispatching a tower crew, so they'll be out shortly. And yeah, we'll get that feed line swapped out. We're wrapping up here for today. Feed line going up to the TTA on the receive side is damaged. The tower crew confirmed it. Our sweep data, with the data we got from our line sweeps, is bad, so it's gonna have to be replaced. We got the site cleaned up, everything cleaned up in here, all the flood junk, dirt, mud, all that crap, cut it out. We've got the 4 control channels replaced on the bottom, ran new cables, double checked everything, everything's good. So the only thing left to do now is to replace that feed line and turn the site back up. Good to go.